Yesterday, of all days, it was yesterday. The governor signed the law back in, I want to say April, to make it official that MMA was now a sport in New York State. It was a long battle. People tried for 8 years to get MMA in New York State, and we had the first MMA event last Saturday. While we were in Puerto Rico, there was an event at MSG, and MMA is very big because the New York State Athletic Commission, which actually regulates boxing and now mixed martial arts, is under my department. I have an eclectic department. I do licensing, MMA, any fun you want to have, you can find it in my agency. And so when I first came to the agency, people start to Google you, and they're like, yeah, her interest is reentry. How are you going to find a hook for that? Because we do this very different things. And yesterday, this guy who used to be my executive rep, and he's now running NISAC, and he's an old guy. He worked with Papa Cuomo. I mean, he's not old. He's mature. But he's very reserved, and he's a good government guy, and he's just, he's wonderful. I love him. But yesterday, he sent me this email, and he said he had received a letter from an inmate at, I forgot what facility, who was inquiring about his boxing license. And he wants to reactivate his boxing license, waiting to come out. And Tony, my guy Tony, says to me in the email, it just got me thinking, do you think, and I know Capra's here, so you're like going to be my first call. And he said, secretary, that's what they call me.
Madam Secretary.
He said, secretary, wouldn't it be a great idea to do something, with the folks who are incarcerated around the licensing issue for boxers, but also, what if we were to actually have an event in a facility? And I was sitting at my desk, and Lillian is next door to me, and she's a witness because I was like, hell has frozen over. And she came in, I'm like, girl, you have to read this email. And she read it, and she felt the same way. So the value of walking the talk, the value of talking the talk, the value of staying on message is that eventually, you get to people. And the second thing I wanted to share was there was a guy who worked for me a while when I was at El Diario, and he ran a magazine. We gave him a home for a couple of years, and then one year I said, listen, I have some money in the budget, I'm going to hire you. So I put him on the payroll. He had health insurance, and after a year, he quit. And he came to me, he goes, no, I'm going to go back and kind of really grow my business. And I was like, well, you're 30 years old. Why are you walking away from a paycheck and health insurance? And he said to me, the paycheck is messing with my hustle. He says, it just makes me not be as creative as I want to be. And I thought, dumb. But then I was so inspired by that, right? I wish I had that courage. I had kids, and I had a house and a mortgage, and I wasn't courageous then. And that story came back to me after 3 days of crying last week. Because I thought, maybe we all got comfortable.
Right? Yeah.
Maybe we all got comfortable. Maybe we thought we had broken a lot of barriers. Maybe we thought the work was done. And this happens, and we got to get back on our hustle.
That's right.
We have to go back to walking the talk and saying things. And so finally, I'm grateful for the wake-up call. I don't think I'll get to acceptance. I've been through the first 3 stages of grief. But I want to say that, number one, that hustle, that thing that makes you want to work harder, I really harnessed here at Exodus, and knowing all of you and all of your stories, and knowing that even last week when I was crying, I was like, I know people who've been through worse. Like it was losing an election. But here, so I came to Exodus, I wound up where I am today, and it wasn't, I believe it's, it's no accident that I come to this job, I come to state government at a time where there's a Tina Stanford at the head of the parole board. That picture was different, right? 6 years ago. Where there's a Marta Nelson as executive, where we have people in the system that we hate, but we have human beings also in that system like Capra and other colleagues who are really working with us in helping not just to get people out, but to, not to break them up, but to get them out. to bring people home and to make sure that they stay home. And so it, to me, is kind of this divine thing that happens when you realize, if I had gotten here 6 years ago, it would have been harder. But now that I'm here, and it's, you know, it's women, people with heart, it's people who have really shown their commitment, and it's people who the work of Exodus, especially Julio and the staff, have really helped to give us the vocabulary, to give us the numbers, to give us the real stories, the narratives, and most importantly, to give us the spirit, because it's hard, right? And Christina also now, you know, she was on the board, now she's in government with us. And so people are, it's like we have infiltrated and people are placed all over. So Julio now can make calls, and he does it all the time. So it's always,
and they pick up the phone.
It's truly my privilege. You'll notice my name is on the wall, but the books are missing. We'll have to fix that because we ran out of space. But every time I'm at Exodus, I feel, you know, that I'm home, and I feel that God has brought me here for a purpose. I come here to recharge my batteries. I make that drive to Albany today, right after this, and I have to go there kind of full of energy and try not to kick down those Trump signs on the lawn.
Why try? Why try? Just kick them down.
Oh. Thank you. God bless you.